Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So it is time for another haul, and this one is pretty large. It was my birthday in April, so I have some gifts and some splurges in here. Not sure if everything is gonna fit in one video. There might be a few fragrances that I'm gonna leave for the next haul, but we will see. Now, it's interesting because most of the fragrances here are not blind buys. In fact, there are maybe 2 blind buys out of everything that I'm going to show you, which is really good. And also, if you watched my video that came out maybe, I don't know, a month or 2 ago about sort of the status of my collection, then you heard me mention there that I'm kind of in a stage where I am working on rounding off my collection, and you will definitely see that reflected in this haul. Anyways, let's take a look at the new goodies that I got. And let's start with Parfums de Marley. Now, I've purchased a few fragrances from this house. You know, I've had the original Delena for many years. This was one of the first, if not the first, niche fragrance that I have ever purchased. And I've sampled the other Delenas, the Exclusive and the La Rosée, and I liked both of them. But when I tested them individually, I always felt like, you know, they're really nice, but they're just too similar to the original, and I really don't need to have all of them. Well, I've changed my mind about that. It turns out I do want to have all of them. So the first one that I purchased is Delena Exclusive. I mean, most of you have seen how it looks, but here it is. Let me take it out of the packaging. Beautiful pink bottle. So it says here, Delena Exclusive. That's how you know the difference between this one and the original. And I mean, I'm not going to go into too many details about how it smells. Again, you've heard about it many times. You know, it has rose and lychee and vanilla, but this one also has oud, and it is just kind of richer, deeper, like really an older sister of the original Delena. It's sweeter in a way, it is softer. It definitely doesn't have that rhubarb sharpness that original one has. And you know, I have been wearing it quite a lot since I got it, and I have really been enjoying it. So super happy to add this one to my Delena family. And I couldn't leave the younger sister out, so I also got Delena La Rosée. So this one, again, I'm sure you've seen it, but I'm gonna show it to you again. Comes in this beautiful frosted bottle. And this one is truly the younger sister because it is lighter. It is more watery. Like this one really has some kind of like watery feel to it. Like it's a really like wet rose. I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, I don't remember what the difference is in notes. I'm not gonna, you know, read you the notes here, but it just feels lighter, more airy, more watery. Also doesn't have that, you know, rhubarb tartness of the original, and it doesn't have the depth of the Delena Exclusive. So I mentioned at the beginning that, you know, when I tested them separately, I found that, you know, I thought all of them were quite similar and it didn't make sense to have all of them. But I will tell you that I was kind of wrong about that, because when I sort of test them or wear them side by side, I do see quite a lot of differences in all of them. I really do. I mean, yes, all of them center around rose, of course, but they're quite different. You know, they set a different type of mood. And so in my mind, it is justifiable to have all 3. And you know what's interesting? In our household, the opinions are very much divided as to which one is the favorite. Like, I really, really like all three. But for me, if I had to choose, you know, the original still remains my absolute number one. I just love it a little bit more than the other two. For my husband, he really prefers the exclusive. Once I got it, you know, and I wore it and he could see the difference between the two, he definitely prefers the exclusive. And for my daughter, as you can guess, her favorite is La Rosée. She just loves this one. She loves the bottle. She loves how it smells. So, you know, it's different for everyone. But I think all three of these are absolutely stunning. They do have significant differences between them. Honestly, they do. Once you test them side by side, this is when I was able to really pick up on those differences. And so, yeah, I'm kind of thrilled to have all three of them. Now, we're not done with Parfums de Marley. I also, now this is not exactly a fragrance, but I think it's sort of in the same family. It's a fragrant product, so I thought I could include it in here. But I also decided to purchase Delena body cream. This is actually something that I got for myself for my birthday. I've wanted this for a really, really long time, actually, and there is this Canadian boutique that gives like 15% off for your birthday. So I got that and I thought, okay, this is what I want to get, so I'm going to get it. Here it is. It's absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. I mean, it looks so beautiful and it smells amazing. Let me open it up. There you go. I've been using it. Yeah, it smells like Delena. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It smells like Delena, and I've been wearing it and layering with all three Delenas that I have. And in fact, I think this will layer beautiful with any other rose fragrance or many other floral fragrances as well. Like if there is a peony fragrance, I think it will go beautifully. But especially with Delena's, I've really been enjoying layering it. And you know, Delena La Rosée understandably is sort of the lightest of the three and probably the least lasting of the three, and it's been helping especially that one to last longer, but I enjoy it with the other ones as well. So there you go. My Delena family has definitely grown quite significantly. And there is one more fragrance from Parfums de Marley. Now, I've talked about this one in one of my testing videos, and I said I like it. It smells similar to another fragrance that I have, but I might still decide to purchase it. Do I need it? No, but do I want it? Yes, and I guess I wanted it enough to get the full bottle. I'm talking about their newest release, Valaya. Now, somebody was selling like a partial bottle, and when I say partial, it was just missing a couple of mils for, you know, a reasonable price, and this is when I decided to get it. So again, here's the box. Let's take it out. There you go. So, you know, not going to spend too much time on this one. Like I said, I've talked about it in detail in one of the testing videos that I did. I'm going to link it somewhere up here. This is a beautiful, fresh, musky, floral, slightly woody type of scent. It is very reminiscent of Fleur Narcotique. Differences being that this one is much fresher and less sweet. In my opinion, it is definitely a lot more musky and quite surprisingly, you know, fresh and citrusy and a little bit masculine in the opening. But even though they're similar, I do enjoy this scent profile very much. And I do like this one when I want something a little bit, I don't know, a little bit punchier. In a way, I think this one is a little bit sexier than Fleur Narcotique. You know, Fleur, I would say, is a little bit more feminine. So when I want something sort of in a similar scent profile, but maybe a little bit edgier, I think this is when I reach for this one. And I have reached for this one a lot. I've used it quite a few times already. And again, this is a hit at our household. Everyone really, really enjoys this scent. And by the way, for those of you that Follow me on Instagram. Many of the fragrances that I'm showing here, you might have seen already, because I do share my new purchases there much sooner than I do here, just because I have to accumulate, you know, a certain number of fragrances before I can do a haul. So if you're not following me there, definitely follow me if you want to find out what I'm getting sooner than you do on YouTube. Anyways, now we're done with Parfums de Marley. For sure, we're done. Let's move on to another house that I already had a fragrance from, and I've wanted this one for quite a long time. I've tested it. I've kind of went back and forth because, again, it is similar to another fragrance that I have, and at the end I decided I don't care that it's similar, I still want to have it. Now I'm talking about Deep in Desire Yacht from EBK. Now I'm gonna say it again, not always the easiest to purchase from them, honestly. First time I contacted them, which was quite a while ago, I mean, I'm talking about 4 or 5, maybe even more months ago, they didn't reply to me. And then when I finally decided to contact them again, they did reply right away. And, you know, the transaction went very smoothly, just like it did the first time with Ruby and Vanilla Intense. So anyways, let's open this box. I mean, the bottles are gorgeous. This one is this beautiful, beautiful blue color. Let me take it out of the box and I'll show it to you closer. Now, if you watched my latest twins video, then you already saw this fragrance there. I did compare it to another fragrance that I have, and I did talk about how it smells in detail. So I'm not going to do that here. Overall, it's a beautiful, fruity gourmand. What else can I say? I really, really like it. And again, I have worn it quite a few times and I have really, really enjoyed it. Now, when I purchased it from EBK, they also sent me a 15 ml bottle, and I was able to choose which one I wanted. And I wanted to try Ruby and Vanilla Neroli. So this one is really beautiful. I mean, it has the base of Ruby and Vanilla Intense, obviously with the addition of Neroli. And Neroli here, in all honesty, really reminds me more of Orange Blossom than Neroli. Like, it really gives it that really kind of sweet Orange Blossom vibe. And it sends me in a direct direction of like Sintra and Killing in Love, and kind of similar to that. I mean, the base, it's sweet. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have that marshmallowy texture, but overall vibe when I wear this is kind of similar. So the fragrance is absolutely beautiful as well. I think this 15 ml is more than enough for me. I have no plans to purchase a full bottle unless, you know, I go through this one, but this one is also beautiful. So the 3 that I have, Ruby and Vanilla Intense, Ruby and Vanilla Neroli, and Deep in Desire Yacht, are all absolutely beautiful. Next, I have a fragrance that I've tested like ages ago. You know, if there are any sort of OGs on my channel who have been watching me for a long time, you might remember a video that I did years ago about Wilhelm perfumery. And this is where I tested this fragrance. And I said in that video that I really liked it. And I've kind of kept it at the back of my mind and finally decided to get it. This was also part of that, you know, birthday present that I did to myself. I ordered it from the same boutique as Delena body cream. So I'm talking about Dear Paulie from Wilhelm Perfumery. I mean, their packaging, I think their packaging is absolutely stunning. One of the most beautiful and unique packaging. The yellow is gorgeous. Let's open the box. Okay, the bottle, don't fall out. There you go. Let me take it out. The bottles are also very, very beautiful, even if they're not the easiest to use. Honestly, this shape is not the most comfortable to use when you're spraying, but who cares? They look gorgeous. Now, this one is a tea scent. And it's an interesting tea scent. because in a way it's quite green. I think there is green apple and maybe like lemon or bergamot, but some kind of citrus here as well. There is a note of tea. There is ambergris, maybe vetiver. I don't know what else. And it's interesting. It's like this sort of green. It's not green tea, but it has a green freshness to it combined with tea. And it almost has, it's really interesting. I don't know where it's coming from. And I don't pick it up all the time, only sometimes, but it has a bit of smokiness, as if there was a little bit of maybe white tobacco in here or something like that. I don't think there is white tobacco or any kind of tobacco in here, but especially in the opening, I almost feel like there is a little bit of tobacco smokiness, like really nice, really gentle, light type of smokiness. But I do get that just a little bit, but it really doesn't ruin the scent at all. Like the scent is not super complicated or super unique, but it is very calming, very kind of, I don't know, in a way romantic. And I think this scent, Dear Paulie, this was created for his wife, I believe, or in her honor. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, there is something romantic in this scent, in my opinion. And it's just light and calming and really, really beautiful tea scent. I mean, obviously, it will probably only appeal to those who enjoy tea scents, and I do. So for me, this is really, really pretty, refreshing, calming type of scent. Next, I'm going to show you a fragrance from HFC, Hot Fragrance Company. Now, I've already have two. I have Wrap Me in Dreams and Diamond in the Sky. I really, really like both of them, and I decided to buy another one. This was one of my blind buys, so I'm going to show you the packaging. As always, the packaging is stunning. I mean, outside box looks like, you know, any other box. Now we're going to open it. Let me see. I want to show this to you. And here's the Dancing Queen. I mean, I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful, different. Let's take out the bottle. Okay, boxes everywhere, caps are falling. Okay, here's the bottle. Beautiful. I think their presentation is beautiful, different, definitely very, very recognizable. Now, this one is a beautiful kind of spring, summer scent. Now, I don't remember all the notes. I mean, I know there is rose in here for sure. I think there is pear, there is blackcurrant, musk. I don't know what else. Doesn't matter. What does it smell like? Well, to me, this fragrance is actually a combination of Delena and Meliora. It really has elements of both of these fragrances. Like, I think it's this kind of sweet blackcurrant that is giving me Meliora. And then you have this really fresh rose that is reminiscent of Delena. So if you combine the two, you get Dancing Queen. To me, that's what it smells like. Is it unique? No, definitely not. But is it beautiful? Yes, it's very feminine, beautiful, elegant scent. Again, gorgeous for like warm weather, spring and summer. It's fruity, it's floral, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit musky. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I've worn it a few times already. Performance is very decent. It's not beastly, but it's decent. So yeah, I think in my books, this was a successful blind buy. I mean, I looked at the reviews, of course, before I purchased it. Many people actually compare it to Delena. So I knew sort of what I was getting myself into. I knew that this wasn't a super unique scent, but I still wanted to try it and to have it. And I'm glad that I did, because again, for me, it's not pure Delena at all. It's really a combination of Delena and Meliora together. Okay, next. This was really a splurge, but I've been curious about this house for a long time. And this was a splurge for my birthday again. Let me show you what it is, and then I will talk about it briefly. Now, I purchased a Celine fragrance, finally. Now, I've wanted to explore Celine for a really long time, but there was just nowhere that I could find these fragrances. And so I finally was able to find them, and the fragrance that I purchased is Black Tie. So it comes in this box. I'm gonna try to take down this black ribbon, which is quite tight. Oh, there we go. It's down. Now the bottle is out already. I will show you the bottle in a second, but it was in this box. And here's the bottle. Simple, elegant, classic, gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to tell you anything about this fragrance in this video because I really want to do a dedicated video on the house of Celine. I definitely did not try all of the fragrances, but I tried a few in addition to this one, and I really think they deserve a separate video. So be on the lookout for that one. I'm going to film it right after this video, but I think that it's going to come out after the haul, I think. If it comes out earlier, I'm going to link it here. But anyways, be on the lookout for a video about the house of Celine, which is where you're going to learn about this one and about the other ones that I tried. And I think I'm only going to do one more because the video is getting to be too long, and I left a really special and interesting fragrance to the end. This was my second blind buy in this haul, and this was a super risky one because when I talk about the notes, and I will read the notes for you for this one because I think this one is so interesting, you will see that the notes are kind of all over the place, at least for me. Okay, let's look at the fragrance first. Now, this is from Liquid Imaginaires, and this is called Liquid, I think. Now, this is either like limited edition or they only released a certain number of bottles of this one, but that's what I've heard about this one. So it comes in this gold box. Let's open it up. As always, I mean, the presentation is the same. You have the black pouch and then the bottle is inside. So let's take it out. And it's always a struggle to pull the bottle out of the pouch, and just like the box, the bottle is completely gold. I mean, makes sense. I can't say, to be honest, that I love a fully gold bottle, but it makes sense because this is supposed to be this liquid gold, right? So everything is gold. Now, like I said, for this one, I want to read you the notes because they're super interesting. So this fragrance has at the top saffron and mandarin orange. In the middle, there is jasmine, solar notes, orange blossom, carrot seed, coriander, and in the base, vanilla, white musk, ambroxan, patchouli, labdanum, and woody notes. I mean, what an interesting combination. What an unusual combination. I mean, solar notes, okay, what is that going to be like? You know, there are some spices in here, saffron right at the top. You know, I'm not a big fan of saffron, and yeah, I didn't know what to think about this one. I really didn't, but for some reason, this one got me so curious, like super curious. I don't know why, and I just decided to risk it and get it. And let me start by saying that I do not regret this purchase. This was a successful blind buy. I don't recommend anyone blind buy this fragrance because I don't think it will appeal to everyone at all. It's better to sample it. But for me, this is a really successful blind buy. In fact, I think this is one of the most unique and interesting scents in my entire collection. There is something so interesting about this one. I just sprayed it on myself. Now, at the top, they have saffron and mandarin orange listed. Yes, that is exactly what you get. Exactly what you get. you get saffron and mandarin orange. And even though I am picking up saffron, somehow it works for me in this fragrance. It really, really works. Like, it's beautiful. The combination of saffron and orange, beautiful. Now, that's what we have at the top. When it starts drying down, this is sort of where the magic happens. I don't know how I'm going to explain this. I mean, this is called liquid gold. And this smells like, it's gonna sound crazy, but it smells like liquid gold. Like, it smells like liquid gold. I don't know how else to describe it. It really has that, like, I get the additional solar notes here because it's really like it's this, I don't know, liquefied gold. I don't know how else to describe it. Honestly, this one is really, really unique. Really unique. Like, it's musky. It's a little bit sweet. It's a touch floral. It's a little bit spicy. And yet, nothing in a dry down, for me, nothing really stands out. Like, everything blends together into this one experience of this kind of, I don't know, being out somewhere in a hot sun, or really, it feels like liquid gold. This terrible, terrible explanation, but I just don't know how else to describe it. This fragrance to me is an experience. Honestly, it's an experience. There are a few. I have very, very few, maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 fragrances in my entire collection that I would describe like that. Like, this fragrance is an experience. And to me, this is how I feel about this one. Very unique, very interesting, very difficult to describe. So yeah, for me, this really worked out. I love it. I love it. It's so different from everything else that I have. And again, I've worn it a few times already and I really, really enjoy it. So there you go. This is it for today's haul. There are a couple of fragrances that are left, but you know, this has been too long already, so I'm gonna leave them until the next haul. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Please let me know. Have you tried any of these fragrances, and what have you purchased lately? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to comment, and to subscribe. And I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.